The images used in this video are illustrative and may not show the actual events or people, but the story is based on real documented events and publicly available reports. For 45 years, she existed only as a mystery. No birthday remembered publicly. No missing poster connected to her remains. No family knew where she had gone. Investigators called her simply Jane Doe, an unidentified young woman found murdered in California in 1980. But behind that label was a real person. A daughter. A young woman with a future. And an unborn child who would never see the world. In February 2026, authorities finally revealed her identity. Her name was Maricela Rocha Parga. And solving her case would show how even decades of silence cannot completely bury the truth. On the morning of July 7, 1980, workers arriving at Tokay High School in Stockton, California encountered a scene that immediately shocked the community. In a parking lot lay the body of a young woman. She had suffered multiple stab wounds. Investigators quickly determined she was pregnant, believed to be several months along. There were no identification documents. No vehicle nearby. No witnesses who had seen what happened during the night. The brutality of the crime suggested a personal and violent attack. Police secured the area and began searching for answers, but almost immediately, investigators faced their greatest obstacle. No one knew who she was. Detectives documented every possible detail. Fingerprints were taken. Dental records were preserved. Composite sketches were distributed nationwide. Law enforcement compared her information against missing person reports across California and neighboring states. Nothing matched. Weeks turned into months. Without identification, investigators struggled to reconstruct her life, where she lived, who knew her, or why she had been in Stockton. She became officially known as San Joaquin County Jane Doe. Eventually, she was buried without her real name. Somewhere, her family continued living, unaware that she had already been found. During the early investigation, detectives examined individuals known for violent crimes in the region. Attention eventually focused on Lawrence Singleton, a man already associated with extreme violence against women. Singleton lived in the Stockton area during the time of the killing and later became infamous for separate violent crimes that shocked the nation. Investigators believed he was responsible for the stabbing death of the unidentified pregnant woman. However, forensic technology in 1980 lacked the advanced DNA tools available today. Without definitive identification of the victim, the case remained legally incomplete. Singleton would later be convicted of another murder and died in prison in 2001. The suspected killer was gone. But the victim still had no name. For more than 4 decades, the case remained cold. Files gathered dust. Detectives retired. Technology changed. Yet investigators never fully abandoned the case. Across the United States, thousands of unidentified victims remain stored in evidence systems, waiting for scientific breakthroughs that did not yet exist in 1980. Maricela Rocha Parga was one of them. Everything changed with modern forensic science. Investigators revisited the preserved evidence using forensic genetic genealogy, a method that combines traditional DNA analysis with family ancestry research. DNA extracted from the victim's remains was compared with publicly available genealogy databases. Instead of searching for a direct match, scientists searched for distant relatives, cousins, extended family members, and shared ancestry links. Genealogists slowly constructed a family tree. Generation by generation. Name by name. Eventually, investigators located living relatives connected to the unidentified woman. After confirmation testing, authorities made a historic announcement in early 2026. San Joaquin County Jane Doe finally had a name. She was Maricela Rocha Parga, a teenage girl who disappeared in 1980 while pregnant. After 45 years, her family finally received answers. Maricela Rocha Parga's identification highlights an important reality. Thousands of unidentified victims still exist worldwide. Many cases from the 1970s and 1980s went unsolved because technology simply did not exist to identify victims or link suspects through DNA. Today, forensic genetic genealogy has transformed criminal investigations. This same method has helped solve numerous cold cases by allowing investigators to identify victims even when no missing person report matched at the time. The case also raises awareness about missing persons investigations. Sometimes families never file reports due to relocation, immigration challenges, lack of communication, or fear of authorities, leaving victims unidentified for decades. Public awareness plays a critical role. Submitting family DNA voluntarily to genealogy databases, reporting disappearances quickly, and supporting cold case investigations can help restore identities to victims who might otherwise remain unknown forever. Maricela's story reminds us that identification is not only about solving crimes. It is about restoring dignity, giving families answers, and ensuring victims are remembered as people, not case numbers. Although the man investigators believed responsible had already died, identifying Maricela Rocha Parga officially closed one of California's oldest cold cases. Justice, in this case, came not through a courtroom, but through truth. After decades without recognition, Maricela was finally acknowledged by name. A life once reduced to mystery was returned to history. Time often hides crimes, but science continues searching. Maricela Rocha Parga is no longer an unidentified victim. She is no longer Jane Doe. She is remembered. And her story stands as proof that even after 45 years, the search for identity never truly ends.